guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews. We got a pretty cool one here today. We're going to be reviewing this all new 2022 BMW M4. And a huge thank you to BMW of Wesley Chapel in Wesley Chapel, Florida for making this review possible. These guys have a beautiful and expanding dealership. I'll leave a link to their inventory below. And if you're looking for a new car in the Florida area, I would definitely suggest checking them out. And for those of you guys who don't know, the M4 has been BMW's two-door, four-seater sport coupe since 2014. That's when the first generation was released, taking over the M3 coupe platform, which was around since 1986. The M3, of course, still around. It's just the four-door variant for this platform. The second generation M4, which you see here, was released for 2022, featuring new styling, a little bit more power with the 476 horsepower, 406 pound-feet of torque. The biggest difference as far as styling includes that kidney stone front grille, much larger than the first generation F82 M4. You can love it or hate it. I personally think it looks actually pretty aggressive with this Brooklyn gray metallic. We already reviewed the 430i convertible. It was a similar style with the kidney stone grille and the Brooklyn gray metallic. However, for this M4 trim level, it's going to be the top of the line when it comes to aggressive styling, starting around 71,000 bucks. Let's see what we get. Of course, this Brooklyn gray metallic, really beautiful color with those twin bulges in the hood with the U shape to it. The M Shadowline headlights are an option. However, they do look very aggressive with the bi-xenon and LED daytime running lights with the turn signals right outside. Full front parking sensing running along with your kidney stone grille, M4 up top, BMW badge in the center, functional airflow in both corners. Hopefully I can pick up some of this airflow. There you have it right over there. And as far as the airflow for the intercooler and radiator, also pretty impressive. I'll take a squat. Hopefully you guys can pick it up. Really liking this front end, even with the updated kidney front grille. As far as the wheel and tire setup, also impressive. They are a staggered setup, 19s up front, 20s out rear, the 19s out front. Really digging the design. Ton of spokes for these 19-inch rims. They look really aggressive, but it may be a little bit tough to keep them clean. You see huge rotors. I'll let you guys know right over here how large these rotors actually are. They're drilled with a 6-piston front brake caliper. Really helps this vehicle get to a complete stop. These 19-inch rims are wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires, some of the best summer performance tires in the business, and the dimensions are 275/35 ZR19s up front. That black trim from the front continues really flushly with the rocker panel, blacked out M4 badging right on the side. Also functions as a heat extractor. Not quite sure if I can pick it up, but it is functional. The mirror, also check this out. It's blacked out with a really funky look right outside of it, and the black trim continues for the entire window trim. Up top, you notice your carbon fiber roof. That's an additional $1,000 package, but it also really aids with the aggressive styling of this vehicle. Overall, huge thumbs up. No tints, that would definitely help. However, that could be added aftermarket. Smart access for the driver and the front passenger. Out rear, we get these 20-inch rims, also wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's, dimensions here being 285/30 ZR20s. So no tire rotations, unfortunately, but it's nice to get the stickier tires out rear for this rear-wheel drive vehicle, making almost 500 horsepower and over 400 pound-feet of torque. Continuing out rear, LED taillights, really liking the design for this all-new second generation M4. Rear diffuser area, super aggressive with the quad tips, rear parking sensors. Shout out BMW of Wesley Chapel for making this review possible. BMW badge out rear with the backup camera as well. Full LED headlights or taillights, as we mentioned. Reverse lights in the center. M4 badge. We can take a squat right back here. Give you guys a couple revs, start this M4 up, and hear how she sounds. Alright guys, that was of course the sound of the 3-liter twin scroll turbo sold by BMW for this 2022 M4. We can open up this hood. First thing you notice is this cross strut tower brace. Really going to help when it comes to handling. We can check in front of the intercooler. No additional supports behind this kidney stone grille or kidney style grille, whatever you call it, but you do get 2 sets of cross supports for the strut tower mated to this chassis up front. Really going to help when it comes to handling, and the motor is pushed back pretty heavily. But what you see is basically what you get. This twin scroll turbo 3-liter straight 6, making 476 horsepower, 406 pound-feet of torque for the second generation M4. Made it to the 6-speed manual transmission. You can expect 0 to 60 between 3.5 to 4 seconds, depending on how quickly you can shift the gears. 8-speed automatic will be more consistently towards the 3.5 second mark, making this a really impressive performing sports coupe. We can shut this hood right over here, take one more step back, get a good look at the front styling. And I'm really impressed. I love the light pattern, really liking the airflow too. And for this M4, I really don't mind that updated grille. As far as the interior, also where this car really shines, we get this beautiful red leather interior, smart access for both the front doors up top, soft touch of course, the red leather continuing beneath, carbon fiber trim down over here, two-way, two-person memory seats, auto one touch for the both front windows, four-way adjustable mirrors which are power folding too. Leather continuing for this armrest, kind of reminds me of the Maserati Levante we reviewed in this channel. The bottom portion still soft touch, no felt. You could probably fit a foot long in there though, easily fit a 16-ounce bottle. The M4 aluminum nameplate, it's not actually blue, the blue is just tape. I'm not going to remove the tape. We'll let the owner of this vehicle remove all the stickers from this car. As far as the seats, also gorgeous perforated red leather, fully adjustable bolsters. You can slide, recline, lift, and drop the seats as well. And of course we can adjust the bolsters and four-way lumbar control. As far as this interior itself, we can take a step inside, and first thing we notice is this M-specific BMW steering wheel. The BMW's really been killing it with their steering wheels lately, especially for the M. One of the thickest in the business. The 10-2 bolstering notch also super thick, 9-3, really nice to hold. Not a flat bottom unfortunately, but still a really nice steering wheel outlined in this beautiful carbon fiber trim. The M1 and M2 are your drive modes. You can customize M1 so that you can have a soft suspension, soft steering, but a loud exhaust if you want to have the louder exhaust. You can also have M2 where everything's at its most aggressive setting, and you can alternate between the two just by a click on the steering wheel. On the left side, we get our cruise control settings, also outlined in this beautiful carbon fiber. The right side, voice commands, skip our songs, and increase and decrease volume. Pretty impressive BMW leather wrapped horn area. We can check out the horn right here. Pretty aggressive sounding horn. We are in a parking garage, so it echoes a little bit further, but still sounds pretty impressive. On the left side, we get our turn signal stocks with a pretty satisfying click to it. Lighting controls too for the high beams. On the right side, rain sensing wipers, also a great feature, kind of expected with a plus $70,000 sport coupe, but still really a nice feature. On the left side, we get air vents outlined in aluminum, lighting controls beneath, auto headlamps, soft touch dashboard, Harman Kardon audio system, which sounds really good. iDrive display, really good response as far as the navigation. It's upside down, but really responsive, even more responsive than like the Hyundai Kia systems now. Really a huge thumbs up to BMW, super responsive. Wasn't expecting it to be like that. As far as the car settings, we get our M menu, which you can configure M1, M2, as well as the instrument panel too. Sound control, start, stop, steering, chassis, gear shift assistance, engine, all that. Really impressive, guys. Apps, we get Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, BMW Store. You can install all the apps that you like, media, communication, and navigation. My personal favorite to look at all times would just be this home screen. We can see just about everything at once. Pretty impressive. The digital display, 12+ inch, also impressive. 200-mile-an-hour digitally illuminated speedometer. Lighting information on the left side, we can put it back to its automatic function. To the left, we get a digital speedometer too. On the bottom in the center portion, on the right side, we get about a 7,300 RPM tach. Pretty high revving for a turbo 6-cylinder, so really impressive. We can see the power information beneath, up to 480 pound-feet of torque, 480 horsepower. This vehicle only makes 476 horse, 406 pound-feet of torque, but still nice to see the power gauge displayed. Beneath, we can see what gear we're currently in, town we're currently in, traffic sign recognition on the left side with the clock and fuel information, coolant temperature on the right side, electronic parking brake, and M4 in the center. Automatic climate control, of course, heated and ventilated seats, great features. The volume dial, pretty satisfying resistance presets. And this area, it's a rubberized texture, so really no hard plastic in this interior. More of that carbon fiber trim, frameless, auto dimming, rear view mirror. These lights are also impressive, pretty cool design. And still more carbon fiber for the center portion. You can press this button, it exposes a USB port, 12-volt, 2 cup holders, which are rubberized, and some additional storage behind it. 6-speed manual transmission to activate reverse, clutch in, of course. This is first gear, but you push it one more time to the left jab it into reverse, and now we get a super high resolution backup camera, front and rear parking sensors, trajectory, guidance lines. Really an impressive system, actually one of the best, more impressive systems in the business. It stays in reverse even after you throw it back into neutral, but to put it back into the home screen, you simply press the button and you return home. Surrounding it, we can turn off our parking sensors, disable auto start stop, engine start stop button, which is red, setup, M mode, and our active exhaust, all one click away. Electronic parking brake, turn off your traction control, and the iDrive control 2 if you don't want to go through the touchscreen. Shortcuts right here if you don't want to go through the touchscreen for those. As far as this area, hard plastic, all for where your knee will often hit. Kind of wish they added some softer materials for a vehicle in this price range. Not the biggest deal though. The center console, super soft, beautiful red leather. As far as the console space, also impressive. I'd expect you to fit between 6, maybe 7 12-ounce cans, USB-C port in there as well. Pretty impressive. The glove box, and if you notice this really nice red-orange illumination throughout this interior, the glove box is lit, lined with felt, easily fitting 15 license plates with no problems, so plenty spacious, and it is a soft touch material. Really impressive interior, guys, overall. SOS if I didn't mention that. That's about it though. Let's hop out back, see how much space is offered back there behind my seat settings, check out the trunk, and then take this car out for a drive. All right, guys, so to get into the back seat of this 2022 BMW M4, you just pull that latch forward, take a step inside, and I'm 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings, and wow, I still have at least like 2 inches of space. Wasn't actually expecting for this back seat area to be this spacious. Soft leather stitch material, more speakers for your Harman Kardon audio system, soft touch even for the upper portion. Guys, this is a premium car. Wow. And I said it was a 4-seater. You can probably fit a 5th person back here. There's no seatbelt for them, but in an emergency situation, you could probably squeeze another body. 3rd zone climate control, 2 really impressive 2 USB ports back here. No heated or ventilated seats back here, but still, given what we have, definitely can't complain. The center cubby, you pull this back right there, and it folds down. It kind of functions as an armrest. It's not padded or anything, but this is mostly intended as a pass-through if you take this vehicle out for a ski trip or something like that. The interior lights, LEDs controlled right there. They're turned on because the door is open. That's about it though. We can hop out of here. It's not gonna be the easiest process. More than enough space, but the in and out, if you really want to prioritize that for larger passengers, I would just go with the M3. Still impressive. Really, it was not expecting that much space for a vehicle in the segment. As far as the trunk space, underneath the BMW badge, it really shoots up for you electrically, I think, or hydraulically, not sure exactly. But I like these 2 cutouts for the wheel wells. Really going to help when it comes to golf bags if you want to fit them horizontally. As far as trunk space, pretty deep. I can't touch the 2nd row seats, so pretty impressive. And the seats fall down, not 60-40 split, but I guess I'll say 35-35-30 for the center portion. Pretty impressive overall. We can shut this thing up. It's not an auto closing tailgate, but wouldn't really be expected. Really liking the rear styling of this vehicle too. You can hear those exhaust tips rumbling. But let's take this 2022 BMW M4 out for a drive. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the 2022 BMW M4. Let's take it out for a drive. And the first thing I notice is the seatbelt. It doesn't really come out for you like a lot of other luxury sport coupes do, but the clutch has a pretty predictable engagement point. It's right around the center point, and most of the engagement happens right at the beginning. What I'm not liking is the window sticker is on the passenger window, so I really can't see a whole lot. But taking a step out over here, liking the throttle response. The clutch is pretty easy to get used to. And slow speeds, we're in complete sport mode. Everything's in the aggressive modes, and it still feels like a very composed vehicle. Comfort does help quite a bit when it comes to the composure, but just being out in sport, still pretty comfortable. Yeah. All right, guys. Definitely no slouch, and it doesn't really feel like you're going quite as fast as you really are, but you look down at that speedometer and you are moving. And just cruising on the highway at around 60 miles per hour, we're turning around like 2,300 RPM, so pretty high revving for a 6-speed manual. So don't expect the best highway fuel economy, but as far as like feel, the steering feels directly on center. Very good weight to it too. You hear a little bit of road noise, not the most, but like, this thing just takes off. Wow. Those rev matches are really something else, but we can try out a real world U-turn right over here. Turning radius is incredible on the gas. Wow. We don't got to push it a whole lot farther than that, but good God, this thing just takes off. What a beast of a car. Holy crap. Hopefully we can find a couple twisties to really test out this vehicle's handling capability, but whew, this thing is a blast to drive. And another thing I noticed is this vehicle, to change lanes, you really have to press the turn signal first. If you start to creep out of your lane before you turn the turn signal on, it will yank you right back into place. Like right here, watch this. Right there, right back into the lane. Like it was nothing. I didn't even touch the wheel. Pretty impressive feature. Definitely a great safety feature, but if you're someone who likes to turn this turn signal on as you leave the lane, as a lot of BMW drivers are known to do so, to leave their lane before they turn the turn signal on, this vehicle will actually yank you right back into place unless you disable that feature. All right, guys, we got a couple twisties on this road. Ooh. The steering just feels so good. Like, this car is so much more capable than the road will allow me to do. I don't want to push it too hard, especially for a dealership car. We don't want to waste any of the rubber. But it feels so planted through the turns. I actually don't think the steering has quite as much feel as like cars such as the Veloster N we actually just reviewed in this channel. That vehicle actually felt like it had more overall feel, but this still feels really impressive. If you have a roundabout coming up, we could try out a little bit of a high-speed turn in. Right here. Throwing it in. Ooh, wow. Yeah, that's pretty impressive, guys. And coming out. Wow. This thing can move, and wow, the handling is impressive, guys. Wow. Yeah, this thing is an absolute beast. We'll calm down a little bit. We don't need to push it a whole lot farther. Downshift. Wow, what an animal. But yeah, we don't have to push it a whole lot farther than that. We could take this thing back to BMW of Wesley Chapel, and again, huge thanks to them for making this review possible. Really impressive dealership. They have a pretty good flow of inventory now. It's starting to pick back up, and they're also expanding. So if you're looking for a new premium vehicle in the Tampa, Wesley Chapel area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. Other than that, guys, yeah, this is a really impressive performance car. And the base starting around $71,000, I think it's a pretty decent value competing with vehicles that are similarly priced, such as the Lexus RCF. This is a great value. It feels definitely faster than the RCF. It may not sound quite as like glorious since the RCF has that incredible 5-liter naturally aspirated engine, but this car still sounds really good, pulls really hard, and it actually puts the power down really well because of the gradual build with this turbocharged engine. Overall, super impressive vehicle. If you're in the market for an entry level, I guess, premium sport coupe, I would definitely recommend checking out the base BMW M4. It is an absolute beast of a car. And I'd also like to give a huge thanks to all you guys for watching. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know I have endless gratitude for all the subscribers. You know, the channel's just not possible without you guys, and I really have a huge appreciation for each and every one of you guys for watching. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars or trucks you'd like to see reviewed in this channel too. And I'll definitely try to get those videos for you as soon as possible. But other than that, again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.